Baka maano to.
Dalawang maliit lang.
Every single year, scientists have been finding the existence of long since believed to be extinct species all across the world, including the existence of many marine animals that were roaming the oceans back during the time of the dinosaurs. One location that's said to house some of these creatures is that of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, which seems to be Earth's real-life Jurassic Park. The Congo jungle, also known as the Congo Basin or the Congo Rainforest, is a vast and dense tropical rainforest that covers a large part of Central Africa. The region is incredibly rich in biodiversity, with thousands of species of plants, animals and insects. It is estimated that the Congo rainforest is home to around 10,000 species of plants, 1,000 species of birds, and 400 species of mammals. Despite its importance and vastness, much of the Congo jungle remains unexplored. The dense vegetation, difficult terrain, and lack of infrastructure make it a challenging environment for exploration. Additionally, instability in the region has made it difficult for scientists and researchers to access many parts of the forest. According to estimates by the Wildlife Conservation Society, only about 10% of the Congo Basin has been explored by scientists. However, efforts are underway to increase exploration and research in the region, including the establishment of several protected areas and the use of new technologies like satellite imaging and remote sensing. The Mokele Mbembe. The Mokele Mbembe, when translated, means the one who stops the flow of rivers. It's a mysterious creature that has been mentioned in different stories by the people who live in the Congo River Basin. These people have the most contact with this creature and are said to have encountered it many times. Mokele Mbembe is often described as a half-dinosaur, half-elephant, and is claimed by people to live in Lake Tele, near the Congo River in Africa. It's used as a reference by some researchers to prove that a small population of dinosaurs live in remote regions of our planet. Mokele Mbembe has been described as an elephant-sized creature, with smooth, brownish-grey skin, a long, flexible neck, and a long tail that is as powerful as a crocodile's tail. However, most of the locals who live in the region, and who have allegedly encountered the creature, describe it as looking very similar to that of a miniature sauropod, a group of long-necked herbivorous dinosaurs that lived during the Mesozoic era. Sauropods had small heads, long necks, massive bodies, and thick pillar-like legs. Their most distinctive feature was their long necks, which they used to reach up into the trees and strip the leaves from branches. The Mokele Mbembe is perhaps best known for leaving behind its large footprints, which are known for having 3 claws and leaving deep impressions in the ground. These can be found throughout the swampy jungles of Africa, with the locals using these footprints as proof that the creature is genuine. Over the past 3 centuries, native pygmies and Western explorers have described how the creature used to live. This animal fed on the nut-like fruit of a riverbank plant and kept to the deep pools and subsurface areas, like the underwater caves and the unexplored regions of the forests. A recent expedition has shown that these stories have been told for many decades, and that the locals very much believe that this creature is real and not a myth. One of the researchers on the team said that it may have been a dinosaur like Brontosaurus, which modern science says has been extinct for over 70 million years. The same researcher, Roy McCall, had gone deep into the central swamps of the Congo, where it was believed that the animal lived. Interestingly, he was able to come back with a photograph of a footprint that is believed to belong to the Mokele Mbembe. The Forbidden Swamp region is located in the center of the Congo, and it covers an average area of 49,000 square miles, which is as large as New York. The natives told the missionaries where the sauropod dinosaur lived, after the missionaries had shown them pictures of various animals. And interestingly, when a photograph of the sauropod dinosaur was shown to the natives, they said that this image matched the creature's description. They had known about the mysterious animal that lived along the rivers and deep swamp pools, but did not know what a sauropod was until the missionaries told them. This dinosaur-like creature is said to feast on the vegetables and fruits of the jungles. One thing that's been noted is that it doesn't get along with hippos, and various tribe members have seen these 2 animals battle. Back in 1999, the Sunday Times of London reported that the people of the Kabonga tribe had managed to take down one of these creatures, and said that once it was captured, they ended its life with their hunting tools. In the fall of 1981, Herman Registers led a team in Lake Tele, and is said to have returned with items belonging to this ancient creature. This included things like footprint casts, droppings, and a mysterious sound which couldn't be pinned to any local wildlife. Reports of Mokele Mbembe go all the way back to the 18th century, and since 1980, over 25 expedition teams have searched for the mysterious animal. In 2018, another expedition was sent with DNA experts to look for clues of the creature. They found nothing that could help them pinpoint the animal, but interestingly they did discover a new kind of algae. Some have said that there's still many creatures and organisms on this planet that we don't know about. Discover Africa purchased a documentary from an independent crew in 2016, and the documentary showed how the crew spent 4 weeks gathering information from different tribes and villages about the existence of such an animal. Numerous natives believed in its existence, while some said that the last of the species passed away at least a decade ago. Eyewitness reports. Gathering evidence of this creature has been tough. The tribe native to the Congo region that reported the creature claimed to have purposefully hunted them, further saying they wanted to eradicate them from the area due to their growing fears, its aggressions, and history of attacks. Further information about the creature has not been released, and the only reliable information that can be found on it is evidence and work gathered by Dr. Roy P. McCall, who describes the creature in his 1987 book, A Living Dinosaur. With that being said, locals still talk about the creature, and to this day, stories are still coming out of this region. One of the most interesting things about this report is that the locals didn't know what a dinosaur was, but yet when shown an image of a sauropod, this is what they said the creature looked like. The locals weren't going around claiming that dinosaurs were still alive, but rather describing a creature they had seen on numerous occasions. It wasn't until the guides and researchers explained to them that dinosaurs were no longer alive that they understood why the researchers were so interested. Regardless, they didn't tell them this information until after they had drawn the image. The image in question cannot be confused with any other animal, and the drawing included a large bulky body, a long neck, a long tail, and also had large sauropod-like feet. After this drawing, and after talking to the locals, this only caused more confusion, with the team of researchers saying that they were hoping to go to the region and easily explain what the natives were encountering. The team of researchers said that they thought the tribe was just encountering local and everyday wildlife. However, one of the tribe members said that they know the wildlife here, and that they wouldn't confuse it with another animal. The evidence. Some of the best pieces of evidence we have of the creature are those of the giant footprints, which are known for having 3 claws and leaving deep impressions in the ground. Various locals have reported finding these throughout the Congo and say that they can't match them to any of the local wildlife. The reports follow a similar theme, a local or an expedition stumbling across large tracks that usually measure around 40 to 95 centimeters, or 1.5 to 3.5 feet in diameter. The creature's footprints are also spread out, showing that this creature is large. What could the Mokele Mbembe be? The locals are perhaps some of the best people to talk to about the local wildlife, as they are the ones that have spent the most amount of time in the region. They seem to be under the impression that this creature resembles that of a small sauropod, a large dinosaur that lived millions of years ago, even going on to say that every so often they discover large footprints that they attribute to it. Skeptics have said that such a large creature wouldn't be able to live in this region without being easily detected. However, those who've ventured into the Congo jungle have said that it's very dense, and that much of it hasn't been explored by humans. As of right now, according to the native tribes in the region, legends and sightings of the creature go back thousands of years, with even a group of French priests that travelled through the region confirming the sighting of this modern-day creature. The mysterious Jabar Fofi spider. The mysterious Jabar Fofi, more commonly known as the Congolese giant spider, is that of a large undiscovered species of spider that is reportedly the size of a man, and has survived from larger arachnid species found in ancient prehistoric times well into the modern day. Though large spiders have been reported all across the continent of Africa, It appears that, within the Congo, there are native tribes known as the Baka that refer to the spider as the Jabar Faux Fi and have a reported leg span of roughly 4 feet long. This was uncovered after a number of African reports began telling of a massive spider infesting different African countries at different times of the year. One of the first reported sightings of such a creature occurred back in the 1890s, when a missionary from England ventured into the country of Uganda and discovered a massive web located near Lake Nyasa. He then writes that as they were looking at the web and getting closer to try to understand what it was given its massive size, stretching between two larger standing trees, several of his companions became trapped. As they began to move in the webs, sticking to the strings, they claimed spiders with legs longer than 4 feet began to come out and bite into the net. Later expeditions in 1938 would lead researchers to consulting with local and native tribes in the Congo that told of the Congolese giant spider that was believed to have a matching leg span of 4 feet in length, had thousands of eggs described as being the size of peanuts, and would nest nearby villages in efforts to trap birds, large animals and even humans. A second encounter was reported by R.K. Lloyd and his wife while they were in the Congo. They were on a dirt path when they saw a large creature run across the road. They stopped in order to get a better look at it, initially thinking that the animal in question was a monkey due to how large it was, but after approaching it, they soon realized that this creature was a giant spider. As more and more strange reports begin to surface from the Democratic Republic of Congo, it becomes apparent to many different researchers that the country seems to be a lost world, full of impossible to explain sightings or supernatural occurrences. This is due to the fact that the entire country seems to be filled with a number of strange creatures and reports that fit that of an ancient prehistoric time, with claims of dinosaur-like creatures still roaming the denser areas of the Congo jungle. When early explorers were hiking through these regions, local tribe members would warn them about giant spiders that liked to prey on men. They said to the explorers that if they came across giant webbing, then they should leave the area immediately, as this was proof that these giant Congo spiders were close by. One tribe described these spiders as being able to jump from tree to tree, and that even though they were bright in colour, they were hard to see in the backdrop of the jungle. They said that this species of spider also builds mound-like structures, and warned that if they saw one, they should stay clear of it. Explorers who have heard about the giant Congo spider, or who have encountered it, have suggested it could be a new species of arachnid. Most of the local tales describe the spiders digging shallow holes close to tree roots, and then camouflaging it with nearby leaves. Researcher William J. Gibbons was another person who had a run-in with this mysterious creature. The naturalist detailed that while on the hunt for the mysterious Mokele Mbembe, his expedition team encountered natives who told them about their experiences with giant spiders. Amazed at what he was hearing, he was excited to share their stories with others when he returned to Canada. He said the following: "On this third expedition to Equatorial Africa, I took the opportunity to inquire if the pygmies knew of such a giant spider, and indeed they did. They speak of the giant or great spider. They described a spider that is generally brown in colour with a purple abdomen. They grow to quite an enormous size with a leg span of at least 5 feet. The giant arachnids weave together a lair made of leaves similar in shape to a traditional pygmy hut and spin a circular web said to be very strong between 2 trees with a strand stretched across a game trail. These giant ground-dwelling spiders prey on the forest antelope, birds and other small game, and are said to be extremely dangerous, not to mention highly venomous." End quote. Although his team didn't see one of the giant spiders, he said that the local tribe members warned them about the area and that they should be on high alert. William believed that the locals were telling the truth about what they had seen, and that when talking about the spiders, they even seemed scared. There's been some debates whether the creature would be able to exist. Spiders belong to a group of animals called arthropods, which also includes insects, crustaceans, and millipedes. One of the key factors that limit the size of arthropods, including spiders, is the way that they breathe. Arthropods have a respiratory system that consists of a network of tubes or trachea that carry oxygen directly to their cells. This system is very efficient for small animals, but as an arthropod gets larger, the trachea become less effective at transporting oxygen to all of the cells in the body. This is because the diffusion of gases becomes less efficient over long distances, so oxygen cannot be delivered as quickly to cells that are far from the surface of the body. As a result, larger arthropods have to work harder to get enough oxygen, and they have to have larger respiratory structures to compensate. This is why many larger arthropods, such as crabs and lobsters, have gills or other respiratory structures that are more complex than simple trachea. However, spiders do not have these more advanced respiratory structures, which means that they are limited in size by their ability to get enough oxygen through their trachea. Another factor that may limit the size of spiders is their exoskeleton, which provides support and protection for their bodies. As spiders grow, their exoskeleton must also grow, which requires them to molt or shed their old exoskeleton periodically. However, as spiders get larger, the molting process becomes more difficult and risky, as their exoskeleton becomes thicker and harder to shed. This may also limit the maximum size that spiders can reach. Some of the largest spider species alive today, such as the Goliath bird eater and the huntsman spider, have a leg span of up to 30 centimeters or 12 inches. However, if these factors were not limiting, some scientists have suggested that spiders could theoretically grow to be as large as small dogs, with leg spans of up to 2 meters or 6.5 feet. The Emelantuca. Emelantuca, also known as killer of elephants or the behemoth, is a legendary creature that is said to inhabit the dense rainforests of Central Africa, primarily in the Republic of Congo. The creature is described as a large, semi-aquatic reptile with a heavy armored body, a long neck, and a single horn on its forehead. The Emelantuca is said to be extremely aggressive and territorial, and is known to take out any creature that enters its territory, including elephants. According to local legends, the Emelantuca is often sighted near rivers or water sources, suggesting that it may be a semi-aquatic creature. Some reports also suggest that the creature may have a distinctive roar or bellow that can be heard from a distance. Those who have seen it have described it as looking similar to a triceratops. Interestingly, when shown photographs, the local tribes of the Congo said it looked very similar to the triceratops. Gathering evidence of this creature has been tough. The tribes native to the Congo region have claimed that they are tough and that they fear nothing. One of the last reported sightings of the creature was seen in Kenya, though many experts believe that if the creature did at one time exist, then it has long been extinct. Interestingly, the tribe reports that one of the last remaining creatures was taken out during the 1930s, with the tribe reporting that a man had removed the horn from the body of the creature and currently holds it in his possession. However, this man has not come forward with the horn due to fears it will be taken away from him. The Emelantuca is said to be a hostile creature and has allegedly been witnessed attacking local wildlife. The locals of the Congo have observed this creature taking down fully sized elephants, noting that the elephants can't defend themselves against the Emelantuca's large horn. What's interesting is that tribes have said you can't find large animals where this creature lives, and they say this is because the local wildlife fears the Emelantuca. The Emelantuca has been reported by local people for centuries, and some believe it may be a surviving dinosaur or prehistoric reptile. However, no physical evidence of its existence has been found. As of right now, explorers continue to search for evidence of the Emelantuca's existence, and it remains a popular subject of folklore and speculation. The 50-foot Congo snake. Definitely seen as one of the most unexplained and credible creature encounters is that of the account made by Colonel Remy van Lierde. Back in 1959, when the Belgian Air Force occupied the Democratic Republic of the Congo, a colonel by the name of Remy van Lierde made a startling discovery as he was flying overhead the rainforests of the Congo. There were 3 people on the flight, himself, a pilot, and a photographer. As they were attempting to get surveillance information of the forest below them on their journey to another military base, they made an incredible discovery. Suddenly, the colonel noticed what appeared to be a large snake over 50 feet in length, and noted that it was lifting its body more than 10 feet high. The colonel reportedly told the pilot to turn around so they could get better photographs of the creature, and so they hovered for a while in the helicopter before they realized they were low enough to be within striking distance of the snake. The photographs are impressive and seem to match what the colonel reported. Interestingly, those who've studied the image, as well as the area where the creature was encountered, have said that this isn't the first time that someone has encountered a giant snake in the Congo, and suggest that this creature might actually be a Titanoboa. This giant snake is an extinct genus of very large snakes that lived during the Paleocene epoch, approximately 60 to 58 million years ago. The name means Titanic boa, and it is appropriately named, as it is the largest snake ever discovered. It was first described in 2009 from fossils found in the Cerrejón Formation in Colombia. The snake measured between 45 to 50 feet in length and weighed approximately 2,500 pounds. Its body was about 3 feet, or 1 meter in diameter, and it had a head that was about 2 feet or 60 centimeters long. This giant snake lived in a humid tropical environment, with temperatures averaging about 30 degrees Celsius. It was a constrictor, and likely preyed on large animals, such as crocodiles and turtles. Its massive size allowed it to overpower even the largest prey. It is also believed that this giant snake was able to regulate its body temperature, much like modern-day snakes, which would have given it a significant advantage in its environment. The discovery has provided scientists with important insights into the evolution of snakes and the ecosystems in which they live. It has also sparked the imagination of the public, who are fascinated by the idea of a giant snake that once roamed the earth. The snake was able to grow so big because of the favourable environmental conditions of the Paleocene epoch, which occurred approximately 66 million years ago. During this time, the Earth was much warmer, and the oxygen levels were higher than they are today, creating an ideal environment for the snake to thrive. The water temperatures allowed for a higher metabolic rate, meaning the giant snake could consume more food and grow faster. Additionally, the higher oxygen levels allowed it to extract more oxygen from the air, which in turn allowed them to grow to massive sizes. Studies suggest that it was able to grow to sizes of up to 50 feet long and weigh over a ton. The snake was also able to adapt to its environment by evolving unique physical features that helped it survive. For example, it had a wide, flat head with large teeth that allowed it to consume larger prey. It also had a flexible spine that helped it move efficiently on land and in water. These adaptations, coupled with the favourable environmental conditions, allowed it to become one of the largest snakes to ever exist. The giant snake went extinct, along with other giant animals that roamed the Earth during the Paleocene-Eocene thermal maximum, which occurred about 56 million years ago. During this time, the Earth's temperature rose rapidly, causing massive changes in the climate and environment. It is believed that the extinction of it and other giant animals was caused by a combination of factors, including changes in temperature, precipitation, and food availability. The Paleocene-Eocene thermal maximum led to a decrease in the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere, which would have made it harder for large animals to breathe, and may have contributed to their demise. In addition, the changing climate would have altered the snake's habitat and food sources, making it more difficult for them to survive. With the disappearance of their preferred prey, the snake and other giant animals would have struggled to find enough food to sustain their massive bodies. Interestingly, this isn't the first time that explorers have detailed encountering a giant snake, and it's led to researchers suggesting that perhaps a small group of these giant snakes live within the dense, unexplored regions of the Congo jungle. The Mahamba. Believed to be a possible surviving member of the Deinosuchus species, the Mahamba is believed to be a massive 50-foot-long crocodile that has elongated forearms and hind legs, allowing it to run at speeds that can top that of a human. According to myths and legends, the creature will float in the rivers similar to that of a crocodile, hiding underneath the waters until a large creature or boat passes overhead. It has been reported to have swallowed entire canoes whole and run onto land to devour and attack any tribes passing by. The native tribes believe that the creature feeds on the other species of monsters and dinosaurs in the region, and will usually stick to the deeper waters running through the rainforest. However, not much else is known about the behaviours of the creature, as the tribe claims few, if any, survivors live to tell the tale of their encounters with the creature. The last known sighting of the Mahamba was back in 1930, but since then, there have been no reported claims of the creature. Despite not seeing or encountering for almost 100 years, the tribes still tend to ignore and prevent visiting certain areas of the rainforest altogether in fear of the masses potentially encountering the creature. Some have suggested that the Mahamba is actually a surviving Deinosuchus. Deinosuchus is an extinct genus of giant crocodilian that lived during the late Cretaceous period, around 73 to 82 million years ago. It was one of the largest crocodilians ever to exist, with some individuals estimated to have been up to 40 feet or 12 meters in length, and weighed up to 8,000 pounds or 3,600 kilograms. Deinosuchus had a broad, flat skull that was elongated and had many teeth that were adapted for crushing and gripping. Its jaws were very powerful, allowing it to take down large prey such as dinosaurs, which it likely ambushed at the water's edge. The teeth of Deinosuchus were also quite large, with some measuring up to 6 inches long. Deinosuchus lived in freshwater environments and is thought to have preyed on dinosaurs, as well as other animals such as turtles and fish. Its distribution ranged from what is now Montana and South Dakota in the United States to northern Mexico. The name Deinosuchus means terror crocodile in Greek, and this animal certainly lived up to its name. Its powerful jaws and massive size would have made it a formidable predator in the late Cretaceous ecosystems it inhabited. The Deinosuchus was able to grow so big due to several factors. Firstly, during the late Cretaceous period, the climate was warmer than today, and the oxygen content of the air was higher, which may have contributed to the growth of animals. Additionally, the Deinosuchus had a very powerful bite, with jaws that could exert a force of up to 23,000 pounds per square inch. This allowed it to prey on large animals such as dinosaurs and other reptiles. The Deinosuchus also had a unique adaptation in its skull, with a flat snout and large teeth that were designed for crushing bones. This allowed it to consume its prey more efficiently, including the hard-shelled turtles that were abundant during the late Cretaceous period. Overall, the Deinosuchus was a formidable predator that was able to grow so big due to a combination of environmental factors and unique adaptations that allowed it to thrive during the late Cretaceous period. Like many other large reptiles of the late Cretaceous, the Deinosuchus went extinct about 66 million years ago, at the end of the Cretaceous period. The cause of the Deinosuchus's extinction is not entirely clear, but it is thought to be related to the same event that caused the extinction of the dinosaurs, a large asteroid impact that created a global environmental catastrophe, including wildfires, tsunamis, and drastic changes in climate and sea level. This would have led to widespread extinction of many species, including the Deinosuchus. So, what do you make of these Congo mysteries and discoveries? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.
Ano na yun eh, extinct na yun, wala nang dahil yun. Dito na lang yun. Pero dyan sa Congo mayroon sightings.